Hello, welcome back to the Sandros Ministries musical lessons. These lessons are completely free and complete. I will be teaching the whole music theory, uh, probably the beginner's level. I have made one video before giving some introduction. In that introduction, I told you I will start with the music sheet, what it contains, explain what the different things that are found on the music sheet. The basic idea is for us to read the music sheet. Every church would have hymn books like this, and in those hymn books, you will see different hymns written like this. That's a language by itself. It's a musical language. So as long as we could read the musical language, we could play all the songs in this book. Probably 300 songs, no matter, doesn't matter. If you're given a new song and say, I want you to play this song, you never heard that song, put it in front of you and start playing. Easy. Because the difference is, if you could read the English language, you could read the whole Bible. But if you cannot read the English language and the Bible is in English language, all you could do is memorize a few chapters here and there. Probably most people would memorize Psalm 1 or Psalm 23, no problem. And then again, to memorize Psalm 1, probably some people might take 20 minutes, but the some people could memorize it for 5 minutes. You ask me to memorize one chapter, all it takes is 5 minutes. Why have to spend 2 weeks in learning the whole alphabets, and some alphabets don't even make sense. Z, why I should be learning Z and stuff. Z only will be used in few words, not most of the words. So why I have to be learning all those things? Yes, unless you learn all those things, you can't be reading the entire Bible. Yeah, you have a brain and you could memorize songs. Some people could play the songs just like that by listening once or twice. Some people could practice the song and would be able to play the song within half an hour's time. But that's not it. But if you know how to read the music, you could you could play all the songs in all the books anywhere it's found, right? So that's the main thing about it. Um, like I said, please subscribe to my channel, and if you want to leave an email, leave it. So I could contact you through the email and probably send some materials. You could exchange some materials. But if you're interested, just make a comment. I'm interested in having a personal one-to-one contact, or we all could have a Zoom lessons. I'm willing to do that absolutely free. As long as we have 10 students, I could do that, right? Whatever time we all could decide, we could decide and we could start having the Zoom level. You don't have to come to a particular place to learn anything. And again, you don't have to pay lots of dollars, lots of rupees, lots of US dollars, lots of pounds. It's absolutely free. I'm doing this for the glory of my Savior, my boss man, who died for me, who loved me very much, right? So many more people singing praises for him, singing worship songs for him, the better I would feel, right? Even though if you're not up to the standard into playing in the church, still doesn't matter. You play the songs for him, the Almighty, in your own time. That's praise enough, and the angels will be listening, right? Right. So without further ado, without wasting more time, let me go into what that thing is. You could see here, this is how you see a song in a hymn book. Right. On the top, you see the title. The title is Abide with Me, of course. And you see the number. Different hymn books would have different numbers. And this particular hymn book, the Abide with Me, they had it for number 50. Now on the right hand side, you see William H. Monk. Probably he could be the composer of the music or arranger of the music. On the left hand side, you could see um, Henry F. Light. That's the person who might have written the song. It's a beautiful song, of course. Abide with me, fast falls the evening time. God, um, the darkness is coming upon me. Please stay with me, abide with me. That's a beautiful, beautiful song. Right now, you also see um, probably some of the songs would have this at the bottom of the song. Eventide. This is a song for the evening. Some songs would have Swedish folk music. Some songs would have what type of song it is, and so on and so forth. Now let's start. We could start with the lines. Um, you could see 5 lines, right? So you might ask me, is just the 4 lines for this particular song? No, for all the songs, you will have only 5 lines. So you have the lines and you have the spaces, right? You could see the notes, the different notes placed in on the line tells you what type of song, right? You could see my pointer now, right? This first note is placed on the second line, so that second line would mean something, right? It's not just for convenience sake they're placed like that. So each line represents a type of note. I will be explaining. I won't tell you everything in this lesson, but I'm just telling you these lines would tell you what type of the note it was, right? But you see different types of symbols are placed on these notes. You could see the empty circle or empty elliptical, whatever, and then you could see a filled in elliptical, and then you could see uh, a tail. Some things will have a flag tail, and this has a straight tail. So this symbol is different from this symbol. These represent how long a note have to be played, right? So if you, let's say, um, I will explain all that in later classes. That is different from, that's different from, that's different from. That's again. So every note would have a type of time um, in it, a number of beats you could call it. Let's say this one has 4 beats. This one has 2 beats. This one has only 1 beat. Right? I'll explain all that when we come to that lesson. Right? Now you could see B's, a type of B's here on the left hand side. They're not B's, they're flat signs. Right? So again, Y3 here, different songs would have different type number of flats, right? So depending on the number of flats, and there is a next sign which is called sharps, and I will show you that sign as well. We determine what type of scale that song is. Again, when we come to the scales, I will tell you exactly how the scales are made up and so on and so forth, right? So you could see the notes placed on the lines and the notes placed in the gaps as well. So you see this note is placed in the gap, right? So depending on that, we will see, we know which notes to play, right? And then you could see a fraction here. It's called time signature. It will tell you what type of beat, what type of symbol, and how many of this type of symbol would have. For example, this is represented by 4, which is a quarter note, and you should have 4 of this in this. In what? You have different lines here, so the whole thing is divided into measures. So each measure would have four of this type of note, right? Don't worry, I will be explaining everything to you. This is absolutely free for you and complete. I won't be leaving you in between and ask you to pay for future lessons. I will complete the whole theory with you, and I won't charge you anything. This will be completely free. The only thing I ask from you is use this knowledge for the glory of God. Play worships. If you want to play in church, I will teach you a certain level to play in the church, not like a big professional pianist, like a jazz player or blues player, but a basic enough hymn playing uh, system, right? Okay, now you will see sometimes you'll find some lines here, right? I'll explain what those lines are, and then a more advanced books will have um, the music should be played in a soft manner. The music should be played in a, in a um, hard manner, fast manner, hard manner, soft manner, speed, slow, all these kind of things. That will be an advanced this thing. For the basic, with the theory I will be covering you would be able to pass grades 1, 2, 3, and 4. Right? Now you see this big G sign here. These are called clefs. So this sign would show you that you could This thing should be played on the right hand side, and you could see the bass. This is the bass clef. This shows you you should be playing on the left hand side. Usually the chords will be here and the melody will be here. Now you see four types of notes placed here. One, two, three, four, right? These are different voices a church choir could be played. So you'll see the whole choir, and you'll see some group will be speaking in one set of voice, and next set, and like four types of voices. These are called alto, tenor, soprano, alto, tenor, and bass. So the top line is the alto, which is for a male or a female, the high pitched voice. Actually, the melody is that. So if you take away these three things and just try to play the top line alone, that's enough. That's the melody of the song. For example, you could see uh, the top line, right? Just the top line you play, you could get the melody. So the four in the music book usually is written for the choir, church choir, for the four voices to be singing. But there is a different types of books that have come in the market with just the melody alone. You wouldn't have anything, but with a chord symbol placed on top. So you just play the melody and then you play the chords in there. So most of my teaching would be from books like that. I won't be teaching you how to play the whole. Even if you play the four lines, it won't be as melodious because that's usually catered for the church choir for four different voices playing, right? But all you have to learn is the melody, how to play the melody, the top line, probably the second line as well, right? And instead of playing, you covered the soprano, alto. Instead of playing all tenor, most people what they do is they play the bass. The last line is represented by the bass, right? But the how you name the notes here would be different here. For example, if you say this is E, this won't be E, this will be G, right? So we have to be mindful of that. I'll teach you that as well. So the last line, I say the bass, right? These could be the chords. For example, if this is the melody line and this is G, why it's G, I'll tell you. I'm not going to explain everything. That so the first note is G, and then you have this note which is E. So you play G with the E flat chord, right? Again, I will tell you what chords, how we could play the chords, and how the chords, what are chords first, and what chords could be used with a certain melody note, right? So that's the explanation of how a music sheet would look like. And so in the next lessons, I'll be explaining one by one all these things. Time, 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 line, and then the uh, and what notes, and so on and so forth. Right? So thank you for listening to me. Um, I hope you'll stay with me till the end with your comments, right? So I won't know whether you're liking or it's I'm explaining in a way that it is not making any sense unless you make a comment and say, okay, I did not understand this, right? Could you explain this again? I could do that in the next lesson. But as long as you keep with me and you stay with me, I will not be able to do that, right? So um, now, since I explained what the music sheet would be like, and I showed you what the language you would see, the next lesson probably I want to go with the actual equipment we would be playing, with either be piano or a keyboard or so on and so forth, right? I explained different types of pianos, what features uh, a keyboard would have, how many keys a keyboard would have, and also I told you that I will be teaching you about the different software that will help you out with your quest in the music business. Thank you all. You all have a good day.